speaking, when I was putting together the agenda, I'm like, man, I want to help them through the nerves in their car. That's what Megan was. And I'm like, what's the next step to get you out there? And that's like really build your confidence muscle. And so who is better than another CNM LSS community member than Janelle, the author of Flex Your Confidence Muscle? So with that being said, I see the books. With that being said, let's go. I see a couple books. Janelle, why don't you come on stage and do your magic, girl? Let's give a big round of applause. Oh, go get him, go get him.
Thank you. Everyone stand up, stand up, stand up. Okay, where my LSS girls at? Come on, get up here. We're starting a dance party. Come on, give it to me. Let's go, get a little weird with it. Everyone run up. We got the whole LLS team coming up to dance with me. Yeah, okay. Come on, clap your hands, let's go. Give me your energy. Come on. Yeah. Whoa. Come on, let's go. Oh, I like that energy. Okay, come on. Amazing. Okay. Good job. Woo. Okay. Wow. How's everyone feeling? Yeah. Isn't it crazy what just standing up and doing some dancing can do for you? Whew. I don't know about you, but feeling a lot better already. Today we're going to talk about the 7 steps to go from paralyzed by fear to empowered by confidence. All right, so the picture I want to paint here is you are headed to an open house. You're about to go network. You're about to go introduce yourself. You've driven there. You pulled up, you're in your car, and all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, I do not want to go in there. Like, no part of me wants to go introduce myself. This is awkward. And you start to feel that paralyzed feeling of like, what are they gonna think? Or what are they gonna say? Are they gonna think I'm annoying? What if they ask me a question I don't know the answer to? How am I gonna respond? Are they gonna think that I'm an idiot? Like, what are they gonna say about me? And you are actually tempted to drive away. Like, you're tempted to just go home. Can I see by a show of hands anyone who's ever felt paralyzed by fear or anxiety? Yeah, me too, like right before I came up on the stage, Even though I've done a lot of public speaking, I still get really nervous for it. And I think it's okay. One thing that people will say about confidence is that it means to be fearless. But I actually don't think that it means to be fearless. I think that it means to feel the fear and do it anyway. And that's what I know from my own life, with writing a book. I felt like such an imposter syndrome writing a freaking book. I'm like, who am I to write the book? But then I just felt like, who's on the other end of me doing this? Who gets the breakthrough? So for you, you need to ask yourself, by you taking action, it's not just for you, right? Maybe it's for your children, maybe it's for your best friend, maybe it's for your mom. Who is on the other side of you taking that risky action that scares the living crap out of you, right? Okay, let's go to the next slide. I didn't get a clicker, so I'm not sure if I should be having a clicker right now or not, but let's go next slide. Maybe not. We'll figure out how the slides are gonna work, but I will just briefly introduce myself. My name is Janelle Lene. I'm the founder of Next Level Confident, and I started doing this about 5 years ago, and the reason why is because I struggled with so much low self-confidence for so long. Oh, thank you. Wonderful. This probably would have been, good to do before. And here's the thing. You fail forward, right? You learn as you go. Okay, let me press the play button and see if that, oh my gosh, incredible. There it is, about me. So I started this entire journey because I used to really wrestle with low self-confidence, but I didn't look like it. Like, I looked like I had it all together on the outside. I seemed charismatic and happy and like I had it all together. But on the inside, I dealt with so much negative self-talk. Like I would constantly tell myself, you're an outsider, you're annoying, you don't belong here. People are annoyed by your presence, like when you're just too much personality, and yet not enough all at the same time. Has anyone ever felt that, like too much but not enough all at the same time? Yeah. So that's why I got started doing what I'm doing, and essentially now I teach people how to think. I teach people how to think because our mind is so powerful. And I know you just learned a lot about the power of the mind right before this, so we're gonna continue diving into this. And the last thing I'll say on this is that confidence really isn't about never feeling nerves. If you feel nerves before you go to an open house or before you go networking, or maybe it's before you press post on a social media post. I know yesterday I was thinking about like Mark's branding session. Who went to that session? That was so good, right? Can we give a round of applause for Mark? That was amazing. So posting on social media, you might feel that feeling of imposter syndrome when you create your first reel or create something that you just feel like you're sharing it with the world, and who's gonna judge you? Who's gonna watch what you're posting? And so it's okay to feel your nerves. Don't let your nerves or your imposter syndrome inform you of what's like who you are. Like I'm feeling the nerves and I feel some imposter syndrome right now, and that's okay. Like what if we just took the shame away from it? What if we stopped feeling bad about having nerves? Easy as that. Okay, so today, like I said, we're gonna talk about the 7 steps to go from paralyzed by fear to empowered by confidence. And it's so that you can get out of that car. It's so that you can pick up the phone and make the phone call, or like I said, press post on the cringy feeling social media post. And the thing is I know that you probably have fears of like, who am I? Who am I to do this? Because maybe you came from a different job, or maybe no one else in your family has ever started their own business. Maybe you come from a family that has never done entrepreneurship. Like maybe they always, they just always had a corporate job. So for them, it seems so crazy that you think that you could do this. And maybe you have people who kind of laugh at it or say like, oh yeah, that little like notary thing you're doing or something like that. And people might, try to make you feel small for the dreams that you're pursuing, because they might not be pursuing dreams that they're proud of. So they might be judging you because of that, right? And so we're gonna dive into these 7 steps. Number 1 is preparation. Preparation, so you do need to prepare. And before you get into that car, it's important to prepare in 3 different ways. Number 1, there is the strategy. You do want to prepare. But I'm gonna guess in a room this size with the type of people you all are that a lot of you flew across the country. I've met a lot of you over at my book booth. A lot of you flew across the country to be here. So I'm guessing that you don't struggle with planning and preparation that much. Like you might be the type of person who actually tries to become super perfect before you take action. Is there anyone like that here who feels like they have to be perfect before they take action? Okay, at least half the room. So yes, you do want to practice your scripts. I know Mark gives you scripts of what to say when you're gonna go network or when you're gonna go meet someone new. And you probably don't struggle with that part, right? You probably have practiced your scripts. But nonetheless, practice the scripts. I would encourage you to say the scripts out loud 3 times before you leave the house. Because have you ever noticed when you practice something in your head, it doesn't feel as real as when you practice it out loud? So that's why before I spoke today, I practiced it out loud at least 3 times, so that way I would feel confident hearing my voice as it came out loud. After you have finished your script practice, then what you wanna do is you wanna remember what really matters. And you wanna know what really matters? Relationship building. Relationship building. When you get to that room and you go to shake someone's hand, having every script dialed in and perfect, it's not what you need. What you need is to be willing to look at a human that is standing across from you and realize they have pain in their life. They have gone through hard things, they have emotions, they have feelings, they've been somewhere. So instead of looking at them like a person you need to sell yourself to or sell your service to, look at them like they're a human. They're a human being. And if you forget that script, you just wanna have a few small relationship building questions prepared. So for example, how are you? Pretty easy, right? How are you? You can just shake their hand and say, how are you? And the other one I really like is like, how long have you been doing this, right? When you meet someone, just how long have you been doing this? Get the conversation going. And lastly, trust yourself. All you have to do is go say hello. And I know so many of you have come back and said hello to me at my book booth, and you all are so friendly and so warm. Like this group, you all are magnetic. This is a very magnetic group. Yeah, right? Yeah, let's go. Round of applause for you for being magnetic. You are magnetic. And so go into that, going into that open house or that networking opportunity where you're about to shake that hand of someone that you might be nervous to shake hands with. Remember and say to yourself, I am magnetic. And think about the energy that you have here. Bring that energy with you. One of my favorite quotes is from a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And yeah, who's read that? Let's see how many people. Yeah, at least have you. Yeah, it's a great sales book. It's basically what I'm teaching right now, which is people don't want to be sold. People can tell when you're trying to sell them and it feels like BS. So then they're turned off by you and your energy is actually like repelling them. And so be a good listener. Encourage them to talk about themselves. It's really that simple. Just get people to start talking about themselves. You know, the question I've been asking everyone back at the book table is, what is one thing you're believing for? And I've gotten numerous people starting to get choked up while they're telling me what they're believing for, the dream that they're believing for, what they're speaking into existence. What if you were to go to an open house and instead of jumping right into your sales pitch or how you can win them over with, things that have to do with you being their notary, what if you just were to connect as two human beings? Build that relationship. One thing that he also talks about in this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, is he talks about having dog energy. I don't even know if that's the official word that he uses, but that's how I call it, is dog energy. And I actually even like to call it golden retriever energy. And golden retriever energy is when who has a dog in the room? Anyone have a dog? Yeah, we got some dog lovers in the room, I can tell. Dogs, when you come home, they like run up to you and their tails wagging, and you were gone for like 5 minutes. You're like, oh, thank you for this wonderful greeting. And we need to have that energy when we see people. So when I first started, way back when I first started being a personal trainer. So before I started this, I was a personal trainer. It was over 5 years ago. And I had zero experience. I had just passed my certification. And I was told that I couldn't get a job at this gym. It was here in San Diego. It's kind of bougie, like an Equinox type gym. And they were like, yeah, we're looking for people with a degree and 5 years experience and all these things. And I was like, cool, well, can I still apply? And they were like, yeah, you can apply. They didn't think I was gonna get it. Well, I ended up applying and going through the process and becoming a trainer there. And when I got there, I just decided to apply this dog energy. I had just read the book. I was like, I'm gonna be like a golden retriever to everyone that becomes that's coming in for a potential, to be a potential client, basically, like when I sell them. And so when I would see people, they would come and I would just like, oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. And I'd give them a big hug, even if I barely knew them. I just gave them that energy. And I know you all are like this too, by the way, because I met so many of you. Like you all have golden retriever energy, It's just you gotta bring that golden retriever energy with you when you go to the open house or when you're going to these places that really are nerve-wracking for you. Treat them the way that you would treat anyone else in this room. The whole we are family, treat them like family. And they're gonna fall in love with you. And then you'll get the business. But it's not even about, it is about the business, because obviously you want the business, but it's not really about that. It's about loving another human being. Every human on earth needs love. And you don't know what this person's going through. You don't know what their day's been like. So give them love. Just show up and love them. And I really believe that's what we're called to do. Thank you. Yeah, dogs are more interested in others than they are in themselves. So stop getting in your own way and start treating them like you are a dog, and they're the human you love the most, and you just give them that love. All right, moving into step number 2. This is before you get in your car. So we have the preparation, number 1. Number 2, journal your thoughts. When you're about to go do something that scares the living crap out of you, fears are gonna pop up. Negative self-talk often pops up. What are the negative thoughts that pop up? I want you to jot that down right now. Take 30 seconds, jot down, what are the negative thoughts that pop up for you right when you're about to go do the thing that you most need to do to grow your business? Jot it down. What are the negative thoughts or the fears that pop up? Okay, so after you've jotted a few of those down, then I want you to think about, what do you want to believe? Before you're walking into the room, what do you want to be saying to yourself? What did you say? What? I can do this. Exactly. I can do this. I know, I wish we had like mic runners and I could actually have each of you share yours. I can do this. And everybody makes mistakes, so it's okay if I'm not perfect. I know that one helps me a lot, like taking the pressure off of having to be perfect and having to have everyone like me. Being unapologetic and authentic to who I am. So once you write out your positive affirmations, which I want you to write those out right now too, because I'm actually gonna have you pull out your phone and you're gonna record 3 positive affirmations that you want to be thinking or believing as you are driving to your next big networking event. And I know when you're here, as I almost trip. I know when you're here that it's really easy to be hyped up, right? Because we're in a room full of energetic, amazing people. But there is gonna be a time where you might not feel quite as hyped as you feel right now. And that's okay, but you gotta be prepared for when you feel a little bit more of that fear, you feel a little bit more of that inadequacy. So let's go ahead and spend 30 seconds right now writing out those affirmations. And then I want you to literally pull out your phone. Actually, let's do affirmations first. Spend 30 seconds writing out your affirmations, and then all at once, you remember yesterday when Mark had everyone pull out their phone and do the camera thing? We're gonna do the same thing, but this time you're gonna record on your phone your 3 affirmations. And then when you listen to it, before you go in the car to something really important and scary, you're gonna remember this moment when everyone's voices at once were speaking life and speaking truth over themselves. Okay, so you're writing your affirmations down right now on your piece of paper, and you're about to record them. So I wanna make sure you have them written down so you can record them and say them with power. To say them with power. All right, you guys ready? You ready to pull out your phone? Everyone pull out their phone, get the recording going, and say the 3 things all at once. Say your 3 to 5 affirmations in your phone recording. I know this might feel a little awkward, but we're doing it. We're doing it. I'm waiting. Pull out your phone and do a recording. Come on, everybody, let's go, come on. Ooh, I liked that one. This is easy. I liked that. This is easy. You got this. This is easy. Come on. Okay, show of hands, who has recorded theirs? I wanna see who has done it. Who's done their homework? Good, amazing. Great, keep your hands up. I'm trying to see who hasn't done it so I can make sure you actually do it. Good job, you guys. Amazing. Okay, give yourselves a hand of applause. Hand of applause. Amazing. Okay, so what I want you to do is next time you're headed somewhere that you're scared, you pull out the recording and you listen to it on the drive over or before you get into the car. And why this matters so much is because we are so hard on ourselves. We say so many mean things to ourselves before we go to do something, and this is the way to actually combat that, because you're speaking truth over yourself. You're speaking life over yourself. You're speaking into existence what you want. And just like the slideshow here, your limiting beliefs, which is the I'm annoying, I'm not smart enough, what happens with that is that you have confirmation bias. Who here has heard of the word confirmation bias by a show of hands? Okay, good, a lot of you haven't, that's wonderful. So confirmation bias is a psychological term, which is your brain looks for things that it believes to be true. Or another example would be like, let's say you are in the market to buy a Tesla. And you go and you test drive a Tesla, and all of a sudden, you see Teslas everywhere, like the exact one that you just drove. You're like, oh, there it is, there it is, there it is, there it is, there it is. That's because of confirmation bias. You now are looking for Teslas because you're attuned to Teslas. So the same goes for your thought patterns. If you are saying, I'm not that smart, subconsciously, you're gonna look for ways to confirm that you're not that smart. And that was one for me for a really long time. I really felt like I wasn't that smart. And then every time like a teacher would say, Janelle, you ask a lot of questions, I'd be like, oh, she thinks I'm stupid. And like if someone said like, oh, you talk a lot, I'd be like, oh, it's because I'm annoying. You know, I would always look for ways to see what people are saying through a lens of my confirmation bias to confirm the limiting belief that I had created. But now that I've retrained that limiting belief, and I do believe I'm smart, if someone's like, oh, you ask a lot of questions, I'm like, yeah, that's damn right, because curiosity is a sign of intelligence, am I right? You know? So, so it's okay to ask questions. It's okay to not know the answers to things. It's okay to be who you are and look for ways to confirm that that's a good thing instead of looking for ways to confirm that that's a bad thing. So what are you confirming? When you hear someone say something and you're getting triggered, what is going on in your mind that you are confirming? Because you're confirming something. You're always confirming something. We're always taking in data. The same goes for your thoughts. Your thoughts are always thinking. They're either thinking affirmations that are positive or you're saying affirmations over your life that are negative. So what are you speaking over your life? What are you speaking over your life? So yeah, what I want us to do right now is an exercise. Go ahead and touch your head. Touch your head. I want you to say, I have a next level confident mindset. I have a next level confident mindset. Let's do it again. I have a next level confident mindset. Close your eyes, get into it. I have a next level confident mindset. I have a next level confident mindset. Start speaking over your mind. Good job, that was awesome. It was cool to look at all of you guys touching and like speaking these things over your mindset because your brain is powerful. Your thoughts and your beliefs become your actions and your results. So what are the actions that you are not taking? Whatever action that you are not taking, it is because you have a limiting belief that is self-sabotaging you. It's as simple as that, because if you really believed that something was possible for you, you would take action, because you really believed in it. So if you're not taking action on something that you should be within your business or any other area of your life, it is because you have a limiting belief that is blocking you. So I would encourage you to take some time even after this, and we have a recording, I believe, in the Complete Notary Mentorship of one of the sessions that I already did, and it walks you through this step-by-step, looking at your limiting beliefs and what they're blocking you from doing, and then working to overcome them. It's a whole, like that's something really worth diving into, and also my book dives into that as well. All right, let's move to number 3. 3 is when you are driving over, you gotta start blaring the music. So if you're feeling nervous and you're feeling like, oh, getting sweaty, like my armpits are pitting out, you know, that's when you turn on the music. Because think about how many times we've turned on music during this conference and you've gotten up and you started dancing. That's because music changes your emotions. There is science that is backing up the fact that our emotions are directly tied to the music that is being played. So if you are driving over and you're not playing music that is really pumping you up and making you want to dance in your car, you're probably not gonna enter there with that high vibe energy. So I want you to turn to someone next to you and I want you to tell them, what music will you be listening to the next time you're driving somewhere that you are a little bit nervous to be driving to? Turn to the person next to you and tell them. Okay, what's yours?
I said classical music.
Classical, because it gets you like really peaceful when you're feeling anxious. I like that. What about you? What's yours? What? Easy, yeah. What about you? What? Celebration. Okay, cool. Celebrate good times. Come on. Oh, I love it. Okay, awesome. And cut. You have a question? Pardon? Bollywood. Okay, I like that. Let's go. That's so fun. I know, I'm like, I want to hear everyone's. Come tell me your favorite song back at the book table so I can hear what it is. Okay, so next up, our fourth step out of 7. You guys are so much fun. Thank you for being so amazing. I want you to think about your best case scenario, your middle case scenario, and your worst case scenario. I often tend to think about my worst case scenario first. So I'm like about to come up here and speak, and I'm like, oh, okay. The worst case scenario is that I trip and fall on the stairs, or I don't know, I guess everyone hates me and people are like sleeping or something during, or they never ask me to come back. Like it's so bad. And then everyone's like, oh, that really sucks. Like please never, ever bring her back into anything that we do again. You know, those are some worst case scenarios. And would those kind of suck? Yeah, they kind of suck. But ultimately, I would survive. I would live. And it wouldn't be that bad. So what is the worst case scenario for you as a notary going and introducing yourself to someone? They say no. You get yelled at, that could happen. They already have a notary, and they're like, no, which I do know that there's a script that you guys have to overcome that objection, because a lot of stuff can be overcome, right? It's all about overcoming objections. But that's like the worst case scenario, right? This is not life or death. We aren't brain surgeons. So like, that is your worst case scenario. But it is kind of peaceful to think about what the worst case scenario is, just so that you know that you would survive it. You're like, I won't literally die. I had a worst case scenario happen to me one time. It was actually one of my first big speaking engagements, and it was virtual for a small technology company called Cisco. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Yeah, so I was like, oh, this is so exciting. I'm speaking for Cisco Technologies. And it's virtual during COVID. I go to open up my laptop. I'm about 30 minutes out from the speaking engagement starting. So, I think it was like, the speaking engagement was at 9 a.m. I'm opening my laptop at like 8:30, maybe 8:20. And I guess when I closed my laptop the night before, my computer decided to reboot/download a new software, which I wasn't expecting, and it said 52 minutes remaining. I was like, bro, but my speaking engagement's in 30 minutes, and I'm supposed to be there in 15, because you're supposed to roll up a little early. So I run in to my husband, which my husband's right back there. Hi, Frankie, I love you. He's amazing. I run into him in his office, and I'm like, hey, I need your computer. I'm speaking for Cisco. He is in the middle of an important sales call himself, and he's like, I'm so sorry. I'm in the middle of like pitching my product, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I can't give you my computer. So here I am, I'm on my phone, and I'm just basically emailing the person who runs the event for Cisco, and I'm like, hey, I'm praying, but this thing is not going any faster. The minutes are just slowly ticking. I ended up showing up 15 minutes late for my own speaking engagement for Cisco. And then the whole time, I'm kind of like pretty like shaken up because I feel so bad that everyone's just waiting there for me. But I survived, And now we can laugh about it. And now it's not that big of a deal. So just think about the times when you are heading to where you want to go. Like you can laugh about it later, But it might suck a little bit in that moment, and that's okay. Then you want to think about the middle case scenario. So the middle case scenario is that it's awkward, right? Middle case scenario is like you shake hands, your hands are kind of like wet and clammy a little bit, and you're like, sorry, my hands are a little bit wet. Whoops. And then, maybe you guys kind of connect. You follow them on Instagram like Mark taught yesterday. You go and you like and comment on a few of their things. You wait a couple hours to send them a DM so you're not super freaking creepy. And then you slowly build rapport and you slowly build this relationship. That's the middle case scenario. And often middle case scenarios happen. So that's your middle case scenario. Then we have the best case scenario. I feel like the best case scenario for you guys would be you go in, you make instant besties with this person. You guys are like, oh my gosh, we found each other, let's go. And then they give you like thousands of leads and you're making $20K a month, no problem. And you're like, this is awesome. Next thing, you guys are in Jamaica, sipping on margaritas together. Your kids are running around. You're like, I just made a new best friend. Let's go. That is the best case scenario. And so think about that. Like that could actually happen. That's like not that crazy. You've probably met some people here that feel like best friends, right? Right? Yeah, so like that could happen too when you go to a networking event and you meet with someone like a realtor. You just never know. You might really connect with them. Okay, moving right along to posture. Your posture when you walk in. So your posture literally dictates your hormones. If you have a closed body posture and you make yourself small and you hunch your shoulders and cross, if you touch your neck, that's a big sign of low self-confidence. What happens is your cortisol levels, which is your stress hormone, it goes up. And your testosterone, which is your power hormone, and yes, us women, we have testosterone as well, testosterone goes down, so you feel less powerful. So when you are walking, and let's just do like a little practice, if you're walking in kind of like this, you are literally changing your hormones to be more stressed out and to feel less powerful. And by the way, I have to give credit where credit is due. This study was done by a woman named Amy Cuddy. She has a TED Talk about power posing and how our posture changes the hormones in our body. But if you walk in with your shoulders pulled back, head held high, walking like the boss that you are, yes, exactly, amen, then you are going to boost your testosterone, so you're gonna feel more powerful, and you're gonna lower your cortisol levels, so you're gonna feel less stressed. So yes, your posture will tell the other person how you think and feel about yourself, but it's also going to inform your own brain how you feel. Isn't that cool? Isn't that so cool? Our bodies are amazing. So you can change your hormones based on how you walk in. And one thing I like to say is walk in with main character energy. Main character energy. My husband and I have a podcast together. It's called the Next Level Confident Podcast. And we just did an episode on main character energy. And walking in with a main character energy is like, I am unapologetically me. I'm the main character of this movie. I'm not coming in here beta. I'm not coming in here second class. I'm not gonna walk in like a peasantry, just, oh, could I be your notary? Could we do work together? What? No. You are walking in there like the main character. You are solving a problem for them. You are helping them. You are the hero of their story because they need you. So walk in like you're the hero. Stop walking in like you're a victim or that you're apologizing for walking in because, oh, who am I to walk in here? No, you're the main character. Walk in as such. Yeah. Yes. By the way, speaking of posture, I want everyone to go ahead and stand up. We're gonna all flex our confidence muscles together because I do this for every speaking engagement. So go ahead and give me a big old flex. You can do one arm, you can do two arms. Hopefully we're getting this like on some camera or something, but yeah, give me a confidence muscle flex. Yeah, flex it out, come on, let's go. Feel powerful, take up that space. Okay, give yourselves a round of applause. Come on, round of applause. Yeah. So when you walk in, you want to walk in and you want to focus on your nonverbals. So now you have gotten out of the car, you are walking in with your main character energy, you're about to introduce yourself to someone who might change the trajectory of your business, that might provide financial freedom and time freedom for you and your family and the legacy that you're gonna leave. So you are gonna walk in there like the main character that you are, you're gonna pull your shoulders back, head held high, You're gonna change your cortisol levels and your testosterone levels, and you're gonna feel powerful AF. And then you're gonna reach out and you're gonna give a firm handshake. A firm handshake. And let me just clarify this really fast. A lot of times as women, sometimes I've noticed like we don't give our whole hand, like it's like partial hand or something. Get your hand in there, like crevices of the thumbs are touching, and give them a good old squeeze. Give it a good old squeeze. Yeah, and we're about to be doing that, exactly. I have actually been told sometimes, like people would joke, like especially I feel like men will sometimes say it to me because I'm like, I'm here to like, I'm assertive. I'm not gonna apologize for my assertion here. But they'll be like, oh, that's a pretty firm handshake. Or like, ow, my hand. I'm like, no, you're fine. Okay, you're fine. Sorry. After you give the firm handshake, you wanna look them in the eyes for 5 seconds, okay? So, here's the thing, within 7 seconds, someone knows if they want to hire you or if they want to work with you. So you have 7 seconds of nonverbals to walk in there and show them what a badass you are. You have 7 seconds to show that you deserve to be there and that you're excited to be there, and they want you. You attract the business. You attract the business too. You're not chasing. I don't need to chase, I attract. Right? So you go in there and you attract because of how you are a badass, you Arizona people, as. So the eye contact for 5 seconds is scientifically proven to actually build rapport and to release chemicals in the brain, dopamine and oxytocin. And those are the feel-good chemicals. So when you look someone in the eyes for 5 seconds, they start to release those chemicals and you start to release those chemicals, and you are building connection, you are building rapport. So if you meet someone and you're I know eye contact can be a very, kind of a vulnerable thing, right? But if you're looking down or being a little shifty-eyed, I always know that someone has low confidence based on their eye contact and based on the way their eyes shift around, and if they can't really hold a gaze because they're a little bit intimidated. And when you're walking in to promote yourself, it can be easy to feel intimidated, but we're not gonna show them that. We're gonna show them that you belong to be there. And you're gonna show that with your handshake and your eye contact and a big smile, with a smile of confidence, which also releases endorphins, okay? So we're all gonna take a moment. Everyone's gonna stand up, and you're gonna find 3 people. I want you to not the person next to you. It has to be someone not next to you. And give a firm handshake and 5 seconds of eye contact. Pretend you are introducing yourself to do work with this person. This person's about to make you thousands and thousands of dollars. Oh, I don't know if I can make it there. Oh, it's so good to see you again. Pamela, right? Yes. Yeah. Come on, so good. I know, it kind of is. 5 seconds is a little bit longer. Okay, yeah, so 5 seconds is a little longer than you might think, right? But you are showing that you believe that you are an alpha, you are not a beta, you are not apologizing. You are showing up strong and confident with 5 seconds of eye contact. All right, go ahead and take a seat. We are landing this plane here, folks. So, land in the plane. So yeah, 5 seconds can feel a little longer than you might think. And the thing to keep in mind is that after that, you wanna maintain eye contact 60 to 70% of the time that you are having that conversation. So yeah, you're not trying to be creepy and literally just stare at them like a robot, like, don't blink. Don't blink. No, you should blink, and you should also look away at times. I'm just saying those first 5 seconds of showing up with that firm handshake and the 5 seconds of eye contact, really assert who you are and be unapologetic about that. All right, step number 7 is after you get in your car to drive home, how are you speaking to yourself? Are you thinking about all the things you did wrong? Are you like, oh my gosh, I probably sounded so dumb when I said that. Oh, I didn't know the answer to that one question. Did my hair look like this the whole time? What? No, we're not thinking like that. We're not thinking like that. Instead, when you get in the car, you be proud of yourself. You be proud of yourself for putting yourself out there and doing the uncomfortable thing. You be proud of yourself and you build yourself up because you should be your own biggest cheerleader. So what I want you to do on the drive home is I want you to say, I'm proud of myself for blank. I'm proud of myself for shaking that hand. I'm proud of myself for going in. I'm proud of myself for acting cool even though I felt like I was gonna poop my pants. I'm proud of myself for showing up today. I'm proud of myself for getting off my couch because gosh, it was really easy when I was sitting there watching the course. But then I had to get off my butt and off the couch from watching the course and go take action to actually get the money to actually be able to go on the vacation and see all those palm trees, you know? So be proud of yourself. And what I want you to do right now, I know I'm a big journaler, so we're doing it again, but I want you to write down 1 to 2 things that you are really proud of yourself for from this weekend. Obviously you came here, that's amazing, but what else are you proud of yourself for? What are some cool things you've done? What are some things you've done well? Positive reinforcement. It's like a child, right? If a child did something that was brave, you wouldn't be like, oh, well, you know what you could do better next time? This. No, that would not encourage a child. You would say, I'm so proud of you. And you would look for ways to tell the child how proud you are. So when you talk to yourself like you're talking to a friend or like a child, because you have an inner child inside of you. Speak to that inner child. I'm proud of myself for blank. I'm proud of myself for, and fill in that. Get in the habit. You know, even when I'm falling asleep at night, if my thoughts are racing and I'm thinking about everything I didn't get done of that day, you know, you think about your to-do list, you're like, oh, I didn't get that done, I didn't get that done. I'm like, no. I am not gonna fall asleep and use the last seconds of my waking hour thinking of everything I didn't do good enough today. I'm gonna spend this time thinking of reasons why I'm proud of myself, things that went well, things I'm grateful for. So even as I'm falling asleep, I'm practicing the art of being grateful and proud of myself and grateful and proud of course, other people and other experiences and whatnot as well. So go ahead and turn to someone next to you and tell them 1 reason you're proud of yourself. Turn to someone next to you and say, I'm proud of myself because. I'm proud of myself because. I'm proud of myself because. Okay, awesome job, everybody. I'm sure you all got to do that. Good job, good job. A cut, a shh, a skirt. Oh, wake up. Okay, we're coming back. And we're back. Okay, what you appreciate appreciates. So start appreciating yourself and watch it appreciate. Watch yourself being, if you're proud of yourself when you go to that one open house, you're gonna go to more open houses. What you appreciate appreciates. If you haven't written that down yet, write that down. What I appreciate appreciates. So you better start appreciating yourself and you better start appreciating the risky action that you take, feeling the fear and doing it anyway. All right, so the 7 steps, as we've talked about, to be empowered by confidence is 1, preparation, 2, thoughts, 3, music, 4, scenarios, 5, posture, 6, nonverbals, and 7, be proud. So if you want all these slides, go ahead and pull out your phone and scan the QR code. I'm gonna send you all these slides so that way you can use these 7 steps when you are going through the process. Because again, it's easy to talk about it here. I get it. It really is easy to talk about here, but when you get to the day when you are feeling the fear, you gotta pull this up and get going on it. okay? And this also, when you scan the QR code, I'm doing a free giveaway. There'll be 3 winners, and they'll be announced on Tuesday via email. But the first prize winner actually wins a free entry into my course, Confident Life Academy. So you'll wanna enter that free giveaway because I wanna be able to gift that to one of you. And then there's also 3 one-on-one coaching calls that will be given out as well, so that we can dive more into your business and more into your mindset. So you can go ahead and scan that there. And lastly, I just wanna say thank you for spending this time with me today. I really appreciate each of you. Come see me in the back and give me one of those firm handshakes. I wanna feel your handshake. I wanna get your 5-second eye contact. So I'll be in the back with my books, so you can come check out my book, Flex Your Confidence Muscle. And the last thing I wanna do is I want us to all thank Mark and the whole LSS team for putting this on. So go ahead, stand to your feet. Give the loudest and most enthusiastic cheering that you have given. Thank you, Mark.